listening to Anthony.
I was arrested one time, and it was because I had a suspended license, and I got pulled over, and the guy took me in. This was many, many years ago. I believe 1983. I could be a little date here.
Well, that's
maybe
when they just
83.
found out Italians were like had a little black in them.
Yeah, a little bit. He should have done
They
something.
weren't sure. The government wasn't sure if you were black or white. So they just, at that time, they were a little bit closed-minded.
Well, I got to tell you my experience with the police. When I got pulled over, I give my license. He comes back and goes, there's a warrant for your arrest because you had a ticket, you didn't pay it, your license is suspended. I'm going to have to bring you down. So I went, okay. I locked up my car. I sat in the front seat, unhandcuffed with the officer for the drive down to the precinct. He sat me at the desk. I filled out some paperwork, and they let me go. That was my only arrest ever. I sat in the front. People that passed by in the cars thought the cop was take your son to work day. That's how pleasant it was. I had both hands free to, I could have grabbed a shotgun if I wanted. I think he did make a joke. He pulled out his club. He pulled it out and put it in a little holder. He goes, "Hey, if you get out of hand, beat yourself with this."
My mother used to beat me going to school like that. My mother would abuse me like anytime I was in the back of any car, it was abuse.
There was some kind of abuse happening.
Someone poking me with something.
You ever been tased?
Nah, man, I probably would die, man. My heart ain't.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to take it.
I probably would die. Man.
I
don't resist cops either.
No.
I try to get that verbal thing down where I can get under.
Just get everyone
people's skin. I
really
you
do that
practice.
though?
Yeah, I really try to be. And one thing I never did was yell out the law. I learned that because growing up, I saw this dude. He's like, in the bylaws of this black dude screaming at cops the law. Let me tell you something. Chapter 12,
paragraph 8.
I have the right to look you in your eye, and it's like, you're gonna get your face blown off. So I learned early not to yell the law to police.
Yeah, they know it well enough.
Let me tell you something. Chapter 648 under the constitutional amendment of says this, sucker.
Yeah, bam, right in the fucking kneecap with the club.
I have the right to stand in my own space. But you don't know that there's a law that the cops have a thing that gets around any law that you think you know.
Yeah.
It's called disorderly conduct. And all you have to do is disobey a cop's order to move.
Right.
And it cancels out all I have the right to look around. Nope.
No, you don't.
Disorderly sir, move. Let me tell you something, sucker. Over.
And later on, the charge will be dropped, and you'll get out. But for that moment, you are getting arrested, and you're going to jail.
You have to obey police for some goofy reason. You can't question, but you can ask questions. But it's like when they tell you to move, if there's something going on, that's disorderly conduct.
Then you got to
right there.
I just don't understand the whole car thing. I don't like. I guess in my whole life I'd never driven with a black person at the wheel. I never have, Patrice. Maybe we should go out and drive so I could get a little more experience. I just never have. If I ever get pulled over, and I do a lot, I get pulled over a lot. I speed. I pay no attention to rules, to signs, to things. I go point A, point B. I'm getting there. I don't care what I got to do.
I find that New York City cops don't pull you over often, man.
They don't a lot, but some of the shit I do is really stupid. Like, I'll drive on a fucking sidewalk. I've done it.
In the city?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going through Queens just the other day. I got over the bridge, and I'm trying to get onto the road that goes to the entrance ramp to the expressway. And the tractor-trailer decided he's going to try to turn from under the expressway overpass in Queens and couldn't make the turn. Now he can't back up because there's cars that were right on the truck's ass. Truck is stuck, blocking every lane of traffic. The car's trying to get to the expressway. I looked. I saw there was one parking space open that revealed the curb and the sidewalk to me. So I popped the curb, and I drove on the sidewalk for about, I don't know, about a block until I could get around the truck back onto the road. But then I had to find another open parking space to get back onto the street, and that took me a little further than the truck. So I'm just driving down the sidewalk. Then I pop back on, and that's it.
You know, somebody knows about Anthony, like, over these few years I've known you guys. When you see pictures of you guys, Anthony looks like a disturbed guy, like, you know, like one of these sociopaths, right? But you know what? He's really an outraged white guy. Like, I never realized. It was one day I came in, he was complaining about computers and no one was customer servicing him. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know, and to this story, you're just like an outrage.
You're
like,
right.
I shouldn't have to. Officer, I'm driving. How dare you? Anthony really is outraged.
You are right. I am an outraged white guy.
You are really,
and I don't even look the part.
an
You're right.
entitled guy. I didn't realize. Like, you look like Anthony. Let's go, man. Let's get out. Let's rob this bank real quick. Come on. Why would you?
I have my assets are in this very establishment, Patrice. Why would I want to disturb?
That really was an entitled story. Because he qualified it with the tractor trailer blocking up progress.
I have things to do, people to see.
I pay you taxes to widen the highway. This should be more highway and not sidewalk. Why?
You are so fucking right. Oh my God, he is right.
Nuts.
I got a ticket in Philly when we were in Philly. I'm driving. I don't know the area or shit. And I try to go around a bunch of traffic. There was a shitload of traffic. And I noticed one of these lanes are open. And I'm like, why is this lane open? So I get in it, and then I realize why it's open. Because it's a turn-only lane. But I don't want to turn. I want to go straight. You can't go straight. It's one way. But I noticed this halfway through the intersection. Now I can't turn. I can't go straight because it's one way. So I turn into the corner of the intersection and go between two telephone pole and a sign over a curb into a 7-Eleven parking lot and park because there's a cop right in the parking lot. And I'm like, now I gotta park. I can't just keep going. Now I gotta park, and I get out like I'm going into 7-Eleven. And the cop goes, excuse me, hello. And I point at 7-Eleven like, yeah, I'm just getting something. And he wrote me up for uninspected. Didn't give me the rest of the tickets.
I'm learning how to like cops, though. I'm not as angry at cops as I used to be. Yeah.
You got to be. Now, here's what the whole thing I was getting to is here's what you got to do, though, when you get pulled over, is be nice. If it's nighttime, boom, the dome light goes right on. I open up the glove, get out all my shit right away. And then I sit there with the window down, both hands on the steering wheel, dome light on. And he walks up, and it puts him at ease. And then it's, yes, sir, here, sir, everything, sir, no problems, nothing.
But that's white guy technique. Black guy technique, I think the best way to be is a complete ass, like sarcastic, as if to go, I ain't do nothing wrong without saying, I ain't do nothing wrong, sucker. It's more like, you roll the window down just a crack. What?
Crack.
What's going on, big man? Call him chief. Just call him just to say, if you arrest me, I'm not going to resist, but if you arrest me, it's because this is going to be racist because I'm not doing anything wrong. All my stuff is good. And, like, you know, the thing about it, though, living in Jersey City or doing comedy gets you to meet a lot of guys. I got a lot of PBA cards, man, and I got, like, not even PBA. I got the officers of the world one. You know what I mean? So I stopped that whole police. I pull it out. I have the 2-fingered look away give. Take that with you. I always sarcastic to cops a little bit when I think of something.
Yeah,
you know.
I've always just had the fear of God in me when police are involved, and never ever gave them a hard time. I got pulled over once on the LIE with a case of beer on the passenger seat with 4 of them missing. Now, he knows who was drinking the beers. It's not like I bought a case with 4, can I take a case less 4? Like, he knows I drank 4 beers and I'm driving this fucking car.
And you called him Officer.
Officer. and he made me blow the breathalyzer. And he looked, and it had shown I had been drinking, but I hadn't enough in me to arrest me. But he said, I can have you sit here longer to see if you had just finished those and have you blow this again in like 20 minutes. He goes, but I'll let you go. Just be careful, drive it. And meanwhile, I'm going to continue drinking.
Sirius XM, the virus. You're listening to Anthony.